down, despite all of the shit in the way. Hanging around in this empty space. It's spun round all this biggest waste. When the moment comes so clearly in our minds. Hanging around in this take me down. Falling the drains. Around the corner, around the bend of barns. The last thing these times desire. Weighing down, weighing down, maybe on your mind. Walk out.
All right, here we are. There you are. Now you're alive, Doug. Doug. Yeah.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody.
Hey. Welcome back, BettorCenter Live. I am from the office today. So didn't get back in time. So here we are, Tony and I. Chumly is not going to be joining us, but he's got some action for us. Tony's got some action for us. I got a little action for us. Robert, welcome back. Good to see you again. Got a nice little crowd there starting out. And get right down to it, Tony. We missed you yesterday. And but we're ready for you here today. So any recapping you want to do?
Yeah, I mean, we can get right down into it. Let's go NCAA basketball. Last night, the bookmakers put two pretty good lines on it. So as while the outcome of neither game seemed to be in doubt in the final minute, if you gambled on it against the spread, both games literally came down to the final possessions. Oregon State, I'd like to give them a little props and credit for their comeback. I did have them as my best bet plus 7.5 and did make the number. But I will note in the first half, the turnovers along with the poor shooting put them in a deep hole. Second half, they stopped turning the ball over. They only had one turnover after the intermission. However, it was the offensive rebounding they allowed Houston. They simply got pounded on the rebounds. If I was an Oregon State fanatic or a fan of their program, it would have been driving me nuts how Houston continued to get the offensive rebounds. And ultimately, after Oregon State tied the game at 55, 17-point comeback in the second half, they kind of floundered execution-wise. The key player, Thompson, on a drive to the hoop, stumbled, fell, got a jump ball that lost a possession. And then the very next possession, they had a clean layup to the rack, and the kid bounced the ball off his shin. And that pretty much sealed the fate of the win for Houston. But like I said, and then they missed several free throws. Houston's not a clean free throw shooting team. And the Beavers hit a 25-foot three-point shot inside the final 5 seconds. Don't foul coming out of a timeout. Final score 6. And I think that was right on the number. So I believe the first game went under the total. The second game went over the total. And I actually happened to be right on both sides. I also had Baylor minus 7.5. And they hit all of their free throws in the final couple minutes. And again, Arkansas, give them some props for valiantly staying in a game where they were being outplayed thoroughly to begin. But typical in March Madness, teams don't spit the bit. They don't give up. They keep fighting. And it took everything Baylor had to cover that number, but they did. 81-72 was the final. Looking forward to tonight. Hopefully we can get 2 gambling games. It's exciting. USC and Gonzaga will start the action off. Gonzaga halfway home to the title, 3 wins down, 3 to go. I think personally, and I noted this in my little write-up of the game, that I think this is the worst matchup Gonzaga could face against any of the remaining teams in the field. USC is athletic, big on the inside, big on the perimeter. They'll be able to move. They'll probably try to use some kind of that matchup zone is what I kind of call it, but they do switch off a lot, especially out front. They're going to try to limit the good looks that Gonzaga gets, and that's going to be the key. USC will have to lock down defensively from beginning to end, And if they can control that, and I think they'll do well on the rebounding. That's where I think USC will have a clear advantages on the inside. And while Gonzaga has been a well-oiled offensive machine, at times on the inside, they're vulnerable. I don't think their bigs are prone to be rim protectors or rebounding to be all that. Their big guys are more offensive-minded. So I think USC could take advantage there. I got a feeling this is going to be probably the toughest game for Gonzaga. So if they look really clean and really good tonight, then perhaps they will have an unobstructed run to a title. I'm still hesitant to say that, considering how often teams, there's been like 4 or 5 times where teams have been undefeated in coming into the tournament and been in this position, and they've all fallen flat. I still think the odds are against Gonzaga personally. But this will be a big game tonight. And I took USC. Right now the line's 9. I think they're going to be in it to win it. I think the bookmakers are giving you an indication that this game may be competitive with a single-digit line. All the other Gonzaga games have been double digits. And now against a higher-seeded team, you got to remember USC's won 3 games, but they came into this tournament a very low seed. And now they a trip to the Final Four on the line, Gonzaga, USC. I'm going to play USC as my best bet plus the 9. And then in the nightcap tonight, another Pac-12 team. Pac-12 didn't go quietly. Oregon State did fight, but did go down. The other 2 tonight, UCLA will take on Michigan. You got 2 number 1 seeds playing tonight. And Michigan, I took Michigan minus the 6.5. I just think their offensive efficiency, they take care of the ball. I think it'll be a little more than UCLA, who if they're making shots, will keep this close, I do believe. But I think they're a little sloppy on the offensive end at times. And I think just a couple-minute lapse here will give Michigan what they need. Michigan kind of surprised me with the last effort. They were able to really buckle down and close out that last win. And I think you'll see something similar here tonight. Michigan will get a clean look at the final 2 or 3 minutes and make their free throws, get this number covered. So if my college plays tonight, best bet is going to be USC plus 9. And I'm also going to back it up with Michigan minus 6.5 or 7 in that range. That'll be my 2 plays for the Elite 8 action tonight, Lou.
All right. Saying it with a little bit of confidence today as well. So maybe, I don't know if you were hurrying it or if you were excited about it.
Hey, man, I'm just trying to get the concise analysis of how I think. I just think this is going to be a bad matchup for Gonzaga. So I'm excited to kind of see how they handle this. The first 3 games they've played have not been against really that great opponents, as it should be as the number 1 seed coming into the tournament. They earned their right to a little bit softer resistance to get to this point. They're only halfway home, and you would expect the 3 games coming up will be harder than the 3 games coming to this point, and that's the way it typically is. Gonzaga's got a lot of work to do to get that title. I'm sure Mark Few's punching that into their brains not to look past any opponent. And so I expect them to play smart, but I just wonder if USC's size and athleticism will cause them a bit of problems. And we'll find out here in the next 45 minutes or so they'll be playing, and we'll see exactly how that's going to pan out, Luke.
All right. Looking forward to it. And I guess I'm going to open up our little action book here today and maybe make some wagers. And I think we need to get some winners in the hopper. So we are now at, well, no, actually we won $10 yesterday, I believe.
Zags roll red man from our friend Reggie, 9K9. Good to see you today, Reggie.
Zags roll.
Red man.
Zags money line. Michigan parlay minus $1.50. Double money line parlay from Marcus.
Probably not a horrible play. I think Gonzaga, here's the problem I have with Gonzaga, Lou, overall. As I look down their list, the competition they played was earlier while a lot of crap was going on. Here, the last 2 months, they really played no close games. And like I say, I've seen this 91 UNLV team is so similar to this and how they played no close games at all until they reached that Final Four game against Duke. And then once it was close in the final minute, they had no answers. They weren't able to, because they hadn't been in that position. It's hard to prepare for something. Even in practice, it's not the same as a game. I think it would have been much better for Gonzaga to have a real close nail biter than to try to grease through these double-digit wins. They're going to have to keep making shots. If Gonzaga makes consistent 3-point shots, they're going to be in the driver's seats in these games. And the key is, can they keep hitting them? And we're going to find out. Zags like the Globetrotters. Everybody likes the Zags, man. Maybe I'm not trying to be biased.
The only thing going against them is their history of fading at the end.
They don't win, right? They have no titles. And if you look at the last dozen years or so, Mark Few has built up a nice program out of obscurity. I mean, I knew John Stockton went to school at Gonzaga, but outside of that, my knowledge of their basketball program has been a bit limited until Mark Few came along and built it up to a perennial team that makes the tournament. They get good seeds, I feel, because they play a weaker conference, and they're able to build up a ton of wins against inferior opponents. But I do not think that helps them in this tournament. I really feel they should either start their own super conference or get into a league with more competition. Tony West, and we'll find out. There's only one team left of east of the Mississippi. I think they were talking about that is at Michigan, I think. There's only one team left. Maybe this is the year. They needed the COVID year for the West Coast. I mean, you look through the last 2000s, the last 21 years, the West Coast teams have had literally no success in this tournament format. Whether it's because they don't play quite as much intense defense on a half-court setting, so when they get down into these close games, they're not able to execute against a set man-to-man or defense in the closing minutes. Whatever it is, Gonzaga had their chance. They played the Tar Heels, couldn't quite finish the deal in 2017 here in Glendale, Arizona. It's about 15 minutes from where I'm sitting right now. Gonzaga had that chance. They were a good team. But they just weren't physically able to get the job done in the closing minutes. And I can see that scenario for them again this year.
All right. So we hit our 3-teamer last night, which cashed at we got a 2-to-1 3-teamer. Hopefully you guys took advantage of that. We had the hockey game with we had the Flyers, who actually wound up coming back to beat Buffalo, the Knights, and then the Jets plus the 1.5 on that ticket. So we actually won money last night. We won 80 cents on our round robin ticket, so we only hit the 2 plays. But I think there's a small schedule, but I like a couple plays here today. And I can't see why we're not playing this Wizard game over, but a lot of steam on the under. I don't know if anybody can give me something solid on why that has got steam to big time to the under, but it still looks like an overplay. Wizards at home, Charlotte on the road, an over scenario. I'm going to roll with that over today. And as far as the Suns, got to be a nice little play again today as well, right?
Yeah, for me, the Phoenix Sun is going to be my only play in the NBA. It is my best bet play. We're able to sneak in that win with Charlotte, as we know Phoenix was wrapping up a pretty long road trip, as I mentioned. And Charlotte hung in close enough, lost the game in overtime, but did cover. What I like there is Phoenix kept the momentum by winning. That helped them. I think it gives them a positive flow coming back home. This spread just seems almost suspiciously low, honestly. But similar situation, I think Atlanta's going to be a little outmatched offensively by the Suns on the road. The Nuggets, I remember I did have the Nuggets a couple nights ago in that 126-102. I believe that was my best bet. So I'm picking on Atlanta here on this road trip with the best bet plays. Faded them with the best bet with the Nuggets. I'm going to fade them again tonight with the Suns as the best bet. I got the line at 6. I see it's kind of pushed down. Interesting. Take that for what it is. I still like the Suns regardless of the line movement here to get the cover tonight. Yeah, so, I try not to read too much into that. I mean,
all right.
That's tea leaves, psychological, what people are thinking. But I'm going to stick with the Suns as my best bet.
So I think there's a nice money line ticket there. I got the Suns there on the money line, and there's a couple money line tickets there for us in the NHL tonight, such as the Lightning once again. And what else did I have there? The Lightning. Florida is probably a decent ticket, but I'm going to leave them off here today. I'm going to go for a 2-teamer here with the Lightning tied into the Suns. Pays $1.09 plus $1.09, so sounds like a decent play. Let's take our $20 winner And let's pump that baby up on a nice 2-team parlay. Suns and the Lightning here today should cash us a nice ticket, I believe. And as far as NHL, I am, as far as totals, I got 2 unders today. Sucks. Hate betting them unders, especially in hockey. If you're watching it, man, it's frustrating. But either way, Columbus, Tampa Bay should go under, as well as the Panthers and the Wings. So I think they're both solid unders, and they're both 5.5. So that's where I'm at with hockey there today. What are you thinking, Tom?
I'm just going to have one play. I'm going to take the Canadians at home. It's like a small favorite there, 115, 120 range, somewhere in there. That's going to be my solo NHL release for the day. I see that the Edmonton Oilers, with their couple of wins, I was looking, overtime loss, overtime wins. So their last 2 games went to overtime. They split them at Toronto, sliding over to Montreal. They're making their Canadian tour. So I just like to spot them. Looking at when's the last time? So the 20th. The Canadians have had a little bit of time to perhaps heal up. If you had any little nicks, bruises, cuts, or little nagging injuries, they've had a week to let those heal. Coming off, last time they played was at home against the Canucks. So that's kind of my little NHL off the cuff play will be on the Montreal Canadiens tonight. Look.
All right. Marcus says Sixers, I believe, when you say Philly money line. So I'm going to go to the dog money line ticket right now. So I'm in the NBA. We got Sixers plus $1.75. Wizards plus $1.65 at home. What else you got there, Marcus? You got him plus the 5. Cusimano, man on the street's got the Wizards at home. And dogs, Hawks, I don't like them. Magic over the Clippers. I don't think that's going to happen.
Never know. I mean, NBA is such a crapshoot, Lou. I mean, when I'm feel good about NBA play, it's probably like 70%. You know, it's still kind of a you're in a good feel good, but you just know how the NBA rolls, man. These guys, this is like game 59 of 82, man. It's just another day on the calendar. Sometimes that's just the way it goes. And nothing surprises me. If a team wins as a 15-point dog in the NBA, I'm not like shocked and amazed at how is that possible? No, I just know that's the way it goes. It's professional basketball.
We'll roll with I'll take the 2 dogs in college baskets.
Sure, why not?
Sure, why not? So that gives
one of them wins.
If I throw the Magic in there, that gives us 5, and then we go into hockey. And I don't think it's a dog night tonight. So probably a dog night tonight. You
never know. Yeah, you just never know. My lean is kind of iffy. I'm kind of mixed. I'm mixed feelings about this board. Kind of favorites and dogs. Kind of, it's a mixed match board.
Maybe we'll throw in the Devils plus $1.80 against the Bruins.
There you go.
I don't like it the slightest bit, but we'll throw it in there. So that's 57 parlays, 10 cents away, $5.70 to make $869. Let's see how we do. So we went. We're back to a winning. We got a winning night last night. So let's see what happens here tonight.
No, baseball starts Thursday. Just throw that out there. MLB season starts on April Fool's Day. I'm prepped up. I'm ready to look forward to another genre of sport. One leaving us, and got a new one stepping in to take its place. It's a number intense sport, which I kind of like. It falls into my wheelhouse. I like to follow the starting pitchers. I like to feel their groove and team momentum. So it's a combination of getting the right pitcher at the right price with the right team and the right opportunity. That's why I love baseball. Look forward to another long, profitable season.
If you want, it's all early action. So if you want to do an early show, I am all for it.
I think it might be available Thursday morning too. We'll find out. Let me let you know tomorrow.
Games are preseason.
I think Thursday is opening day.
for everybody? Because I see a lot of games. I see a lot of games. So, okay.
I'd have to confirm that. I just know that April 1st is opening day. I do believe.
All right. So we can talk about that on Wednesday as well, on the Wednesday show, because we'll have some stuff to start looking at and start going from there. And, yeah, I'll finally actually have some things to throw at you because baseball, well, I don't need to talk shit. We'll just
That's where I actually have more numbers than you. Normally, I like to talk about flow, style, tempo, pace, coaching, the things that kind of form the way the game is played. Baseball gets a little more number intensive. I look at certain trends and I watch the players and the pitchers. To me, is the most important part of the game. Starting pitcher, because they have the most influence on the outcome.
You play a lot of total for you.
And if you can get a good feel for when they win, when the team wins, and when they lose, when this guy pitches, it goes a long way to helping you cut through some of the bullshit of the odds that the bookmakers give. You kind of start correlating that together.
You don't play a lot of totals, do you?
I'm not a big totals guy, Lou, but I'll tell you what happens with my plays. Like I had one summer where my best bets, what I do is I look to isolate a good pitching performance at a good price, okay? So obviously if you're correct and you get a good pitching performance, chances are the games might go low, lower point. When you're winning games 4-1, 5-1, 4-2, that kind of deal. And I did notice one summer, like I want to say like 25 of 30 plays went under 1 month in the summer, and it's just because I was picking the right good pitching spots, and a lot of it, but I wasn't betting that per se. But it just so happens that's the way the results of the games panned out.
You got a guy. I mean, I'll just throw an old one at you. Brad Radke, 3-27 to the under. I mean, that's a hell of a season. If you're not right. Yeah, come on.
It's a combination of you doing a decent job, your team not giving you any run support, and your bullpen being pretty good. And it's almost like, and it has to happen like that every single game. It's almost amazing. That's like 90%, right? I think I remember that.
When the Yankees win 5, 6, 7, 8 games in a row, you're laying $250, $3.
$350. Hell, I said $350s now.
Okay. But when Colorado goes under 22 out of 25,
and still minus 120 or whatever. But they do make it 13, right? Colorado's kind of weird, right? Yeah, that's
some streaks that are on the top of my head.
It's the Chicago Cubs and the Rockies that are always the two kind of the total. The books don't like to put numbers out until like the last minute for those totals.
And here, I'll give you the best advice you'll ever get in baseball. When the wind blows SSW at 9 miles an hour or more in Wrigley Field, you bet the over. That's all you're looking for. You're looking for more than 9 miles an hour.
Pushing it out the right field, I think.
SSW. You need the
I think I've heard southeast. I mean, I think I've heard something about the wind before.
Southwest is that's what you're looking for. So
got you. Yeah. We'll remember that. Keep little tabs on it. So we need our cracked crew of statisticians. So when we, over the course of 500 episodes of this show, give out these little tidbits and nuggets, somebody's tracking the results. Like our own Elias Sports Bureau.
The plan is to go there. So as soon as we find a programmer to take us there,
it'd be pretty cool to keep. Because I'd love to follow a lot of things. I just don't quite have the manual time to actually follow it. And there you go. It's a good time to sign off and get ready for 10 minutes to 4 NCAA basketball tonight. Quickly recap: USC +9 is my best bet. I'm going against. I feel like a mountain. I think everybody's pushing against me here. We'll see if I crumble and look dumb. I'll tell you what. When everybody's against you and you're right, it kind of makes you look kind of smart. It's a good feeling. So sometimes I don't mind stepping out onto the thin edge of that tree branch and stand there by myself. We'll find out. Also like Michigan to get the cover against UCLA. And the NBA, my best bet for tonight is going to be the Phoenix Suns. And I do like the Montreal Canadiens in the NHL. And that's my play program for the show for Tuesday night.
All right. And I am rolling with the Wizards and the Hornets over the 224 here tonight. And in hockey, I got 2 unders. I got Detroit, Florida under, Colorado, Columbus, Tampa Bay under, both of them under 5.5. We'll see what happens here tonight. So, and that's it. So, wish everybody good luck. I appreciate you guys joining. Marcus, the Dallas first period over. Don't forget that one, guys. Marcus has been hitting that shit. They've been hitting it, so we got to give them props for it. So, going off shortly, first period. Now we're on the over with Dallas. Good looking out for us, Marcus. Appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in, and best of luck. May all your straight bets take you back to the window, and may all your parlays and teasers cash tonight, guys. Good luck to everybody.
All right. Good luck today, guys. We'll see you tomorrow, and we'll probably come in early Thursday for some baseball. Have a good night.